Where you from? Where you from, nigga? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from, nigga? Where you from? Where you from? Where I'm from, man, they love to hate. Where I'm from, they hit the interstate. Where I'm from, man, they keep it real. Murder rate, I can still a kill. Where you from? Where you from, nigga? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from, nigga? Where you from?
So you're about to shoot, you're getting ready to shoot the second one, you know what I'm saying, you're gearing up. You just shot the first one and you already asked him and he was down. Right. And now you're getting ready to shoot the second one. But now he's a big artist.
Yeah.
So how was that?
So I felt like it, you know, he wasn't gonna do it. But the bottom line is I reached out to him and he said he would do it. Yeah. But then even when he said he would do it, to be honest with you, I didn't have that much faith in him. And the reason why is because if he wasn't the biggest artist, he was the second biggest artist in Dallas, and he was touring, and he had a couple of records that was really doing something. Yeah. So I just didn't have a lot of faith in him. And man, we had a phone conversation, and that nigga was like, man, I want to be in that movie. You know what I'm saying? And so I told him, okay, if you really want to be in there, you have to take some acting classes and learn how to act. So he did acting classes.
So is that important to you?
Acting?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, not in terms of like, not just acting, but like, you know what I'm saying? Some people would actually cast and be like, all right, MO3, and just give us what you got, you know what I'm saying? But like, you care about the craft of acting, or, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And as far as I'm concerned, if you want to be in the film, you should too. Yeah. If you tell me, I don't want to take no acting classes, then I'm definitely going to say, well, this is not going to be a good fit. It don't matter how big you are, because you don't really care about your craft. Yeah. So the bottom line is, you know, that's important. And then I just learned how important that is to really be able to act. Yeah. Every actor and actress in our movie is not an actor. Yeah. All of them are not formally trained, but majority of them are probably a good 90%, 95% of them, they're actors. So, man, again, man, RIP to MO3, man, and shout out to the cast. Yeah.
So what's one of the, like, you told me that he released a video, I mean, he released snippets without what you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? But what's another funny ass memory of MO3 while on the set? Cause I know, or tell me a situation where you had to be like, cut! Or I just laughing too much, you know what I'm saying? Like, cut! Come on, man.
First of all, anybody that knows MO3 know that he play too much. That's number one. MO3 is non-stop. He's a non-stop comedian. Man, and I ain't even trying to change the subject, but that's what make me so sad about the fact that he not here, because, like, the nigga just, like, naturally had the ability to have people gravitate to him and entertain a room full of people. That nigga funny as hell. But the bottom line is, I think it's too many that stick out. I can't even say one.
Tell us a few of them, cause like, not everybody in the city were blessed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's true fans of them, but that they'll never have the chance to meet them and things like that. So just give them a few gems, cause that's gonna help get people through as well. You know what I'm saying?
Man, MO3, man. So when we start filming, day one I think we filmed over 30 days. Day one, we start filming, and we had a scene, a very serious scene. And I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
The bottom line is we had a very serious scene, and during this scene, you know, it's kind of emotional a little bit. It's kind of tense, and we had an actor, shout out Jamal, we had an actor that nailed it. He nailed that take. Yeah. He had really, you know, nailed that take. And before the take was over, you know, before I called cut, this nigga MO3 just bust out laughing. And you hear me.
During the serious scene.
Yeah, during the serious scene. But we had finally got the tape that I was looking for. And it's funny because, again, you on a set full of actors. So they like, really? Really, bro? Yeah. Really? You know, and it was cool. He just like busted out laughing. It was like where a man was kind of crying a little bit. Not crying, but just like emotional. And that nigga busted out laughing. And we got it on tape and everything. I'll probably put that in the behind the scenes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he was always joking. There was another scene that he was doing Again, most of the script is serious, right?
Yeah.
And we kept having a cut because this nigga MO3 talking about, bro, I feel like I'm laughing. Am I smiling? Am I grinning? Do I got a smile on my face? Because it look like I'm grinning. I know it's supposed to be serious. I'm like, to be honest with you, even if we got a good cut, you keep stopping it because you think you laughing.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what you doing. You know what I'm saying? But he was always like, he didn't complain. He didn't do none of that. And even more than that, like MO3 was very professional.
Yeah.
He put a lot into the craft. He most of the time he showed up right on time. A lot of times he showed up early. Most of the time I call Rainwater, be like, bro, where's MO3 at? And he'll be like, he outside. I got to a point where I had to stop asking where he at. I just assumed he outside.
Yeah.
For most of the time MO3 was on. Yeah, MO3 was on it.
Yeah.
He was on it. Yeah.
That's wild, man. So without ruining the movie, what character, what type of character or what character does he play in the movie?
Oh, you ain't got to worry about it. I ain't gonna ruin the movie.
Yeah.
So MO3 plays a character called Draco, and he's just a live wire. Everybody kind of got that live wire where you know when it's time to send somebody on go, he gonna go. When it's time to step, he gonna be the big stepper. You know what I'm saying? So of course it was only right that we named him Draco.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
And man, he did a really good job with it.
Were you guys already done shooting the movie by the time he died?
By the time he passed, that's a good question. We definitely wasn't through shooting the movie. Now, as far as his scenes were concerned, the best way I can put it is we definitely got what we needed from him. Everybody been asking me that, you know what I'm saying? So you got an exclusive on that.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, we got exactly what we needed. You know what I'm saying? We just had some extra stuff to shoot with him, but he, I don't know if it was intuition or what, but we shot most of his scenes early. Smart move, man. Yeah,
so like even into like you're doing big things. So how'd you come up with the Triple D movie? I remember when that was coming out, that was like the first thing for the city too, where like you know what I'm saying,
man.
Like actually, because the great thing about the Triple D movie, not to cut you off, it was a Dallas movie with Dallas motherfuckers in it.
Absolutely.
And that's a big deal to us. That's a big deal to us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dallas movie with Dallas folks in it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I want to salute you on that. So I didn't actually know I was keepking up with you long. Right. Yeah. So how did you even come up with that? Even the idea?
First of all, I want to say shout out to Young Nino. Well, Nino now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Young Nino, High Boy Star.
Yeah.
You know, they was the first ones I heard with that phrase. And what happened was that was the nickname they gave for Dallas.
Yeah. Okay. So Young Nino did come up with the Triple D.
Yeah.
Actually.
Okay.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him, man. And it was a movement, and that's what they nicknamed the city. So it was only right. Yeah. And instead of naming the movie Dallas, you know, to name it Triple D because, you know, that was a big thing. At that time. So I was gonna name it the Triple D movie. It was Triple D all over it, from the scenes to the clothes to.
Well, not even necessarily the name of the movie, but like, what gave you the idea to even go about it like that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Juan Silas came to me and was just like, "Hey man, I want to do a movie in Dallas about Dallas folk." You know what I'm saying? It only seemed right to reach out to the artists, and at the time I was a producer. Yeah. So I was doing beats for different artists.
True?
Yeah, mostly Big Chief, shout out to Don Chief, you know what I'm saying? But I came from the producer world, so all I did is grab a handful of people that I was kind of already working with.
Yeah.
And it kind of worked. We didn't think it was going to do nothing. And man, it went down. It went down. So I said, that's what I want to do the rest of my life.
So talk about how the direct consumer time, it actually makes it easier for people like you, or even widens the platform for people like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? At some point in time, if you couldn't get your movie into a movie theater or this, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Your movie was deemed like a failure, or was looked like a black movie or a hood movie. But you know what I'm saying? With direct to consumer and a lot of platforms, it actually gives us the ability to kind of widen things up. But then even through that, people judge the product based on its merit, not just because it's on this platform or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how has that kind of helped you?
Well, man, it's some of the ways to answer that question. They're about to come out with Coming to America 2. Right?
Yeah.
They're about to come
That's Amazon?
It's going to be on Amazon, and it's probably never going to reach theaters, right?
Yeah.
We talking about a film that's probably going to have a $250 million budget or more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about $250 million or more. So that should tell you a lot about directly, you know, a direct consumer film. Like, those days are over. If it's in the cards for us to get in theaters, then absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with it regardless. I just want us to have the biggest reach possible. You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line of saying that is it's a new day. It's a new day. And Netflix is the biggest thing. Stars is a big thing. Streaming, period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, we just want to do the best thing for the film, so that way we can introduce the world to how we do things in Dallas.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like the new generation, like my girl and them, they don't even watch TV, bro.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I rarely watch TV.
Yeah. So like they like the people like the platforms now where we can kind of mold it to our lives and fit things in where we fit it in. And it seems like a lot of people are fitting in way more, but it's like on their schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is a great thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, so you mentioned before that it's about how telling the voice and the story of Dallas to the world. What made you want to do that?
Man, you know what? Everything, majority of what I've done from a musical standpoint and film, obviously, it'd be like geared towards the city I was born and I was raised here. Yeah. And so it's sentimental to me, you know? So, you know, one of my biggest records was the Triple D Anthem. Yeah. With Big Chief and Dero. And hey, man, shout out to them. No, so I think that's where it started.
You produced that beat too?
I produced it and I wrote it.
Bro, that's crazy. I was actually watching behind the scenes for that video the other day. Okay. Wasn't Country Black on that song? Like, it was few of those, like... No.
It was... No, I think you talking about... it was like I'm from Dallas or something like that. Yeah. With Bebe's record. Bebe, yeah. I think so they had like Black and T-Cash and them on there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a different record. But that was the main record. That was the theme record from the Triple D movie. The first. So yeah. I was on there too.
Are in 2021, are soundtracks still a real thing? So with you having a musical background, then also...
I was just going to say, I don't give a damn. I'm a producer. We're going to do a soundtrack. Yeah. Now, how we going to market a soundtrack is a different story because people, you got a lot of the business that you got to take care of as far as getting licensed and making sure you can sell other people's music. Yeah. But under any circumstance,
is that how it used to go about, like the license, or were the tracks actually made for the movie?
Both. You want to do both. You know what I'm saying? Because every now and then you want to make sure you got records that people heard before. Yeah. You know, classics never.
So like you guys are even movie makers, because in my little film class they talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wish I remember some of the phrases, mise en scene, different things. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they talk about sound. I remember one time we spent a whole 2 weeks on just the sound. You know what I'm saying? How sound affects movies. So how do you integrate sound into your movies in terms of telling a story without necessarily that screen shot having to tell that story?
Boy, you know more about movies than you put out to. You got some more Hennessy?
I wish, man. I wish. Man, should say something with me, man.
I'm about to have a hen attack over here. Yeah. I want some more hen. I was taught, and I really learned that sound is 70% of your film. Yeah. Sound is what makes it believable. You know, so you want to make sure that the records and the soundtrack is on point. You want to make sure that your composition and scoring is on point. Yeah. You want to make sure that you got the right feeling, leave people with the right feeling with the music. So, yeah.
And I was going to ask, do you have any situations where, like, the music that you put behind just drastically changed the whole feel of the scene?
The change is supposed to be improving it. Now, if it's a change and it ain't improving...
Well, not even necessarily like improving or deproving, but like, let's say, like you said, your movie was a serious movie, right? And then like you put this movie, and it might not be like an upbeat song, but now like you feel like maybe that scene is differently captured because of the, you know what I'm saying, the sound. Or like, how do you even go in terms of choosing the movie to, the music to kind of orchestrate that too?
It's just whatever you trying to portray to the audience. There definitely is a such thing as a happy song playing during a murder scene.
Yeah.
But it's all about a connection with your audience and making sure that you make that connection and not missing that connection. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You'll miss it if it's a happy song and then people don't get it. Yeah. You make the connection if it's a happy song and it sounds like a punchline or a joke during a murder.
Okay. Kind of lighten the situation. I get it, to lighten it. Yeah. Okay, okay. Because I know watching, we would have, everybody wants to be a videographer, YouTuber, you know what I'm saying, shoot movies and things like that. And I know we have people that are like, they're just trying to figure it out, you know what I'm saying? Right. So what's one tip that you also give to somebody that's up and coming in the game?
Man, to be honest with you, I'm still learning. So I don't know if I can give out a whole lot of tips, but just learn as much as you can. It takes a certain amount of humility to know that we don't know it all. Yeah. And to learn from whatever source we can. You know, the moment I walked in here, I asked you about your camera. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to know about your camera. So I'm just constantly trying to learn and be honest with myself. Okay.
And so you mentioned humility, right? Yeah. Did you feel like in transitioning from a producer to, I guess, a director, there was like a little energy shift? Because I felt like when I went from being a rapper to a blogger, the energy shift, when I walk into a room, I definitely feel the energy shift. I don't feel hated no more. You know what I'm saying? As rapper, we're very, but even in being an artist, we're very egocentric. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned, especially in this position, it's humility. It's like, it's not who's going to be, you don't ever see a journalist beating on their chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what that job is.
Right. You know what I mean? I always discovered that beating on your chest don't really get you nowhere in no type of job. You know what I'm saying? As a producer, I was a visionary. I didn't just make beats. Yeah. I did beats, I did concepts, I did hooks, I did vocals, I did ghost tracks, I did arrangement, I wrote records, from beginning to end, recorded it, engineered, mixed it, the whole nine. So directing wasn't far from that. Yeah. Directing wasn't really far.
So what made you want to make the transition?
The first Triple D.
Just the success, or like, cause
it was just
something new.
It was more gratifying than I figured it would be. I mean, man, shout out to them, man. We just the city, period. Yeah. I mean, we shut the city completely down.
No, for real, you really did.
And I was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? These niggas care that much. Yeah. So, but I like the level of creativity. I like being able to control. Yeah. Being able to create a world that I made up in my head at my house. You know what I mean? Talk, yeah. And that's what made me want to do it.
It's crazy. Yeah. So even in that, so if I'm an up and coming comedian, right? IG comedian. Big. Is it okay if I contact you? I'm trying to get big too, man.
Hell yeah. See, the thing about it is, I always want to one day be able to provide a platform for people that wouldn't get it otherwise. Yeah. Or maybe not get it as soon. So hell yeah, you can contact me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we'll go down through there and work it out. Just as long as we got a character that fits you. Yeah. You know but
are you working on another movie now?
I'm conceptualizing it. That's the best way I can put it.
So you're kind of putting together in head. Yeah. Okay. So what are some records that you produce? I keep wanting to ask that, 'cause when you told me you produce from Big Chief, I'm like, all right, let me get to the moment I can ask. Okay. What are some records that you actually produce?
Man,
that's
what's
crazy,
so crazy,
bro?
What was it?
That just the variety of your creativity.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I owe it to God. Let's see. Because you know what's so crazy? When I'm a director, I don't really be in producer mode or music mode, so I kind of got to switch gears. Chief, I did a lot of records for Chief, so I did Cushion the Bowl, Roll What You Like. Yeah. I did that one, that joint. The original Eat Greedy track, Eat Greedy, yeah. I'm a grind and get mine. I did the first one on that one. Some more that I probably just can't even think of. I did records for Ricochet and T-Cash. Yeah. I did a boatload of records. To be honest with you, I produced for Chief more than anybody because that nigga was stingy with his producers. He didn't really want his sound. And I get it.
So so in a time, so you So you're a producer during the bigger era.
Yeah.
How did you maintain your sound during the time that like a lot of the music were dance musics? So,
I did dance records. I ain't gonna lie about that. I love the boogie movement. Yeah. Everybody will tell you that about me, but when it came to Bro, you know, he had a different lane, and so that gave us an opportunity to really just relax and just like swing in that lane, because there wasn't nobody else in the lane with us.
Yeah,
you know
at that time, I remember seeing that. I think he said it was only him and Crunchy Black. Twisted Black.
Twisted Black. Yeah,
my bad. Black. Him and Twisted Black, that he felt like they were only street rappers. I know some of the younger artists would be like, what are you talking about? But like they felt like they were the only ones that were during the boogie era.
Actually, what Bro said was they were in a lane by themselves. And you know, you had like Lions Den and then Apostle Paul. But it's not that they was the only street rappers, period. But when he said they in a lane by themselves, that means that if you looking down the road, the first thing you're gonna see is Chief in their lane.
Yeah.
Now somebody could have been to the left or the right or the way behind, but for the most part, most of the time when you look at that lane, you know, we was riding that lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole E-Gritty movement.
Yeah, man, they big things. I remember the last time I actually ran into him at Big T.
Right.
And my company, I told you, was called Joint Chief, and he just kept on looking at the hat like.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, like hold up, what? Shout out to Big Chief, man.
Yeah, man.
So, do you think if the city actually adopted the boogie movement, would be bigger, or even though it took a little bit faster?
Are you saying if we would have embraced it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that it would have went on longer. Niggas had such a complex with the boogie movement, which to me didn't make sense because
we want to be super gangster.
And well, not only that, but every city got their dance movement, and then everybody got their gangster rappers. The significant thing about us was what our boogie movement. Most of them niggas was like they weren't no hoes, like they were gangster. And you know what I'm saying? So why you gotta try to prove to everybody else that you, instead of doing what you do?
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to create a song that just had that feel. And they try to find some type of way to denounce or deny, you know what I'm saying, the boogie movement. I'm like, man, that's our shit.
Yeah.
Why you want, you know, Lil Joe?
Yeah.
And he never even did that song for the sake of a boogie movement or dancing or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But in Club Blue, Lil Joe get up, you know on that bitch, I can do this.
Yeah.
Why I'm talking about jamming like a bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had a little dance move and all that, but everybody know Lil Joe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's crazy. I think it's more of our generation, the ones above it, that were kind of like, I don't know, because I seen it living in Houston at the time, and it was like, you gotta realize these niggas will shoot you, but like, then niggas about to tell them like, dancing niggas, and now niggas feel like they gotta prove themselves, or even like, we bigger than that, or like, let's shun that.
Yeah, that's a validation issue, because you know, if that gangster in you don't need to validate that. You don't need nobody to validate you. You are who you are. If you dance but you gangster, you dance but you gangster. If you gangster but wear a polo, you gangster but wear a polo. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, and I think that was also a certain thing, even fashion-wise in Dallas, where Chief was able to transcend that, where like, you know he a gangster, but the nigga got full designer on, the nigga actually got loafs on. Cause I remember the first time somebody seen me with loafs, and they're like, what you got going? And DC, niggas is stepping, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's like, just a different mindset a little bit.
I mean, so with Pablo Escobar. You know what I'm saying? He didn't wear, he didn't goddamn me wear no True Religion jeans. Yeah. You know, Pablo Escobar usually was, you know, clean and trim and slick and your hair grease with less mess. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like he was always, you know, he was always real neat, but he was gangster, you know? And at the end of the day, gangster it's so much about what's in here and what you got on.
And that's really because it's in you, not on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For real. Yeah. So where were you at when you found out that MO3 died? Or what were you doing? Like, do you remember the moment?
Yeah. I was on my way to the set. I was on my way to the set and feeling like I was finna get ready to meet up with him because we had a shoot. We had a shoot. Mm-hmm. So, and to be honest with you, I didn't think it was real. Yeah. I got a call from my sister, Puda, and She told me he died, and I ain't believe it. Cause I think he passed at 11:50 somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And I got a call like 12:10. So I go on the internet and I go look to try to see.
I can see that you're still affected about it.
Yeah. I went on to go look to go see. Was it on the internet? Because I know I was thinking like if 3 died, then the city be turned upside down.
Oh, yeah. So, you had to check social media.
Right. Before
we had to drop on everything weird enough.
Yeah. So I went and go look. I ain't see nothing. No RP MO3, nothing. So I thought, and then 3, I always like pulling little stunts and all that type of stuff. So I was just like, oh, he got a gimmick or something going on. But he really passed.
Yeah, I remember posting it. I remember being on the phone with somebody and I was like, MO3 got shot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking that's like the extent of it. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing at that moment, like, especially in the Dallas history, they're like, hey, something definitely big just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, the landscape of Dallas has changed right now. I didn't realize that, right? You know what I'm saying? Within what's happening. But then within an hour, things start developing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow, we really lost somebody big to the city. Something that I've been asking people, because I feel, and everybody has their own opinion, and I've seen different viewpoints from different sectors in terms of, I've heard some things from Dallas niggas, we have all the different politics here, but I hear different things from Houston niggas, I hear different things from older people. Do you feel MO3 was a legend, or do you feel like he was a Texas legend? A Dallas legend and a Texas legend?
The way I look at it is it always makes sense to be fair. And in all fairness, if he was still alive, would I call him a legend? No. But he was definitely on his way to be a legend. I think 3 was, if not one of the most talented human beings that ever come out of Dallas-Fort Worth. It was easy to see that he was going to be a legend, you know what I'm saying? I had an opportunity to work with him in the studio multiple times, and he a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Anybody that worked with him, they know that. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was a freak. He can out-rap anybody. He can out-sing anybody. Out-write anybody. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't write. He would go in the booth and spit that shit.
Was he a freestyler?
Hell yeah. Yeah, 3 was a fool. And see, everything I'm saying, I would say, and I did say when he was alive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like in Dallas we kind of have that problem? And then even, let's take it out of Dallas, that we have that problem in rap where people get more attention when they die than when they're alive.
I think that's just the culture of hip-hop. I don't really think that's Dallas. I think that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody streams and everybody sales and all that, double and triple and quadruple when they pass. Yeah. And that's just a result of not giving people their flowers while they're alive.
Based on his attitude or the ability to work with him, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that you were working with somebody worth $5 million?
If you would have asked me, I probably would have guessed it.
No, I'm talking about like in terms of, cause somebody, sometimes people like millionaires are hard to work with, or because before you said his work ethic was up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I guess you're saying because of his work ethic, you would imagine he actually was. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Now, as far as him being hard to work with, I can only speak on my own dealings with him. He wasn't hard to work with for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, he wasn't hard to work with. He was a hard worker. He was a hard worker.
Yeah.
The only thing about it, I don't keep it all the way live. He just be playing too much. I be like, 3, come on, man. Time is money. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like he was a very, very hard worker.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie about it.
RP MO3, man. I appreciate you coming in. In the last 30 seconds, let's get the socials, you know what I'm saying? So the new fans, the old fans, everybody can kind of keep up with you.
Straight up. You can follow me on Instagram. I think I'll be the most active on Instagram. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Director Mr. E. Director_Mr. MISTA_E. It's just divided by hashtags.
Yeah, man. So you got this fly hoodie on, man. What brand is that, man?
Man, shout out. I wanted to do this, man. Shout out to my boy Lamar, Brandon Crystal. He's actually in the movie, but man, I've been telling him I'm gonna wear it You know what I'm saying? So this is a mind control. This is his mind control. Man, I took my shoes off, but this is mind control jogger and hoodie. Man, y'all hit him up.
Already, man.
Shit.
Great interview, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Where you from, nigga, where you from? Where you from, nigga, where you from? Where I'm from, man, they love to hate. Where I'm from, they hit the interstate. Where I'm from, man, they keep it real. Murder rate, I can still kill. Where you from, nigga, where you from? Where you from, nigga, where you from?